the Jonathan Brandmeier Showcast.
Hi, this is Eddie
and Alex
from Van Halen. Al, have you heard Johnny play the guitar?
Yeah, I think he needs some lessons.
Yeah. Either that or eat the guitar. Jonathan Brandmeier, eat me!
Eddie Van Halen, dead. We'll get to that later. The archives, the Brandmeier interview with Eddie and Alex. We'll party like it's 1998. That's what we'll do. I want you to hear, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jonathan Brandmeier, Johnny B. That's Buzz Kilman up in there. And I will, hi, Buzzy.
Hello.
And you ought to hear, if you could actually hear, before we start, I have to hit a button, then I connect Buzz at his home to come to this home, to come out of your speakers.
You're going to complain about my turtle tank,
No, I'm not. No, I'm going to say some unfiltered joy.
Yeah.
So, and then it goes from my house into your house, and then it goes to the world on the Brandmeier broadcast system. But ladies and gentlemen, you should hear every time we do it, it's like a 5-second exchange. I text Buzz, I say, I'm going to connect you. And when we connect, we both have such joy that it is connected.
It's fantastic. I mean, and it's equally fantastic every time.
Yeah,
I don't understand
single
that.
time. It's so weird, ladies and gentlemen. It is so weird. We just collectively go, oh, this is awesome.
Magic. It's magic.
Yeah, it is magic. It is magic. The shit show. Here we go.
Welcome to the shit show.
Johnny B, motherfucking Buzz,
Welcome to the shit show.
Hi, the Roaster, the Blues Man, we got you, baby.
Welcome to the shit show.
All right, can't do a shit show without a shit story. I mean, is it just because 2020 is a complete shit show, or are there just more stories about people dropping logs in the news these days? It just seems to me that there is a lot more stories about people losing their crap.
What are you reading? Where are you finding those stories?
These people are emailing me, brandmeiershow@gmail.com. Hey, did you see this? Okay. A man pooped in a box at a Meijer in Belleville, Illinois. He put it back on a shelf. What the hell's wrong? Seriously.
Jeez.
I mean, honestly.
I mean, the traditional poop joke, poop prank.
Yeah.
From my childhood is when you put some in a bag and you put it on somebody's front porch and light it on fire and knock on the door and run away.
That was the original shit show. All right. And then did you have the posse go after him when you were young?
We didn't have posses back then.
Okay, you sure of that? Where'd you tie your horse up at school? Okay, a man pooped in an empty box. He closed it, then he left it on the shelf. Myers in Belleville, right down the street. And the Myers security footage recorded the suspect pooping in the aisle. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, so here's another thing. You want to think about this? We always, with phones and security, we're always going to see, but then maybe that is what that guy wanted.
Yeah.
He wanted to be found. Myers security footage recorded him. He pooped in the box and placed the box containing the feces back on the shelf. Police uploaded the footage onto their Facebook page.
That doesn't sound right.
Meijer officials requested they please take that down because it's against their corporate policy. Oh, they have a corporate policy about putting guys on the Facebook that are taking a shit in a box and putting it back on the Meijer shelf. That's good. Hey, did you see that Facebook video where the guy's taking a shit? Oh, yeah, where'd you see it? On the police Facebook. The suspect left the parking lot in a light-colored Ford Escape. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
He had no leads of any suspects at this point. If you guys know anybody in Belleville, Belleville, Illinois, that recently took a crap at a Myers store.
And he's bragging about it. He's bragging about it to somebody.
You know what I did?
That's right.
So I'm at Myers, right? And then I go and I take a shit in a box. And then I put it back. And guess where it is now? It's on the police Facebook page. Oh, yeah. I got away in a Ford Escape. That's pretty weird, man. It's pretty sick. How about what if they didn't catch it on the camera? Guy shopping in the aisle. Hey, how's it going? What'd you get there? Yeah, I opened this box and there's a pile of shit in it. Sir,
Can you discount this for
could
me?
Could I get some money off? Did you come in here to buy a log? Someone's Jesus. And I don't understand how they get it up and get it out and put it in a box. That's just awesome when you think about it.
And it's messy. It has to be messy.
Frightening and yet messy. Yeah, I agree. All right, if anyone knows that guy, give him a call. Like I say, ain't no shit show without a shit story. Now, I really do believe either you people are sending these on purpose or they're just popping up because people are just sick and tired of living this life we're living this year. It is a shit show. Here's good news, though, in New York. The Metropolitan Transportation Authority, the board there, has officially banned pooping in subways and buses.
Finally.
Yeah, what a great idea. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't know you couldn't take a shit on a bus. Well, wait a minute. Is it against the law? What is this, America? I'll take a crap where I want. What are we saying? Huh? What are we saying? You can't take a crap on a bus anymore. Wow, interesting. The Metropolitan, the MTA, that's what they call it, formally now have banned defecating on subways, buses, and transit facilities.
All right.
Barred under the cruel. If you get caught taking a crap on I just could be on a bus and the guy just starts dropping one.
Because apparently that's what was happening until they announced the ban.
Yeah. Attention. There will be no more defecating on this bus. If you have to take a shit, get off the bus now. That's going to be $100 fine. Next stop, Fifth Avenue. Come on. What are we saying? Here's the deal, $100 fine. The rule will change specifically to add the word defecating to the list of bodily expulsions. Complaints of soiled subway trains surged this year, according to the MTA. Now you know why, right?
I'm trying to think. It has to be pandemic related.
Homeless people, because they got no place to go. It's homeless. Right. The rules included policies targeting homeless people who live in that transit system in New York.
Right.
The rule requires riders to exit the subway at the end of the line, and they ban people from lingering in subway stations for more than an hour, and they bar anyone from taking a crap, even if you're homeless. Once again, now I can understand. I understand. I do. That people who are homeless have no place to go. We understand that. That's clear. We get it. They got no place to go.
They've got no place to go. They got no food to eat. They sleep outside when it's 10.
They got no place to go. So what did they do? What did they do? It has been discussed, but I don't know. And if you have to take a crap and you're homeless, do you say, hey, man, I'm homeless? Maybe you got a pass, a card or something.
See, I mean, the homeless population is growing in Chicago. And the underpasses on Lakeshore Drive are filled with tents and stuff. It's like
everywhere.
And I think about it because I have to drive through that stuff.
Yeah.
And where are they going to the bathroom? They're going to the bathroom somewhere. Because we all go to the bathroom.
We do?
And we do it several times a day.
Yeah, okay. So once again, why they'll pick a bus? I guess that's where they're living. A lot of them are in there. Yeah, I used to run underneath the pass that went under Lakeshore Drive.
Right.
And I just would hold my nose because it was a urine stank that you could not believe. It was a urine stank.
And periodically they try to get rid of them by putting structure. They put posts in, they put little fences in. They try to ruin it for anybody who wants to pitch a tent. And they can't do it. The homeless will not give up. They figure out. They're living with a big pole in their tent, whatever it takes.
My buddy Beast used to say, if he got an erection, he'd say, "What are you doing? Pitching a tent?" Okay, that's what made me laugh more than anything. They've got no place to go, so I guess you got to give it up for the homeless people, which will be, by the way, at the end of this year, all of us. Oh, and it's tough out there, even whether you're homeless, whether you're not homeless. Hold on a minute, I just hit some button. Wait a minute, what happened? Okay, there we go. Watching CNN, and a CNN correspondent was ambushed by a raccoon.
It was an ambush.
CNN senior Washington correspondent Joe Johns was interrupted by a raccoon during an early morning live shot. Now, the two words they used to describe it on CNN were interrupted and ambush.
It was an ambush.
Yeah, I'm going to say it was an ambush. This is a little sound of him in there's a guy, he's a reporter, he's doing a report, he's standing in front of the White House, wherever he is, and you can just see this raccoon start jumping around. Hold on, here we go.
Is he still there? Can somebody chase him away? Yeah! There he is.
Now the reporter stops to yell at the raccoon, who does not know that he's got some valuable PR going right here.
Is he still there? Can somebody chase him away? Yeah! There he is.
Get out of here. Yeah, you go.
Now, no events on the president's schedule today. Yeah, especially from the damn frickin' raccoons, man. God, again, this is the second time. Jesus.
He keeps trying to do his report, and the raccoon just keeps jumping on him. Get down. And the president's job is get off of me.
There's a picture on Facebook now of President Trump putting a medal of honor of some sort around a raccoon's neck.
There you go. There you go. Congratulations. Here is the Medal of Honor. Why not? Just give it away to anyone. Limba! Here's the raccoon gets one. There you go. Get done. He's not done. The reporter, Joe Johns, CNN, not finished with his report.
I guess the trap's not working. Right? Hey, man. Raccoon came back. It always comes around right about when I'm going to go on TV.
It was an ambush.
Wait a minute. It comes. I love that. It comes back when I'm going to go on TV. They
got instincts.
That is the craziest thing, man. Okay, and it had to be a Wisconsin man, too. Talking headlines. Man finds apparent brain in Racine, Wisconsin. Now, there's a double-edged line there. Man in Wisconsin found his brain. I get it. I'm from Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, so I get it. Get your joke. Wait, what's the story again?
Racine police are still trying to figure out if the brain that was found here along the beach at Samuel Myers Park is human or not. But for the man who found it, still hard to believe.
Right in this area.
Jimmy Senda says you never know what you'll find along the shoreline. Each morning, the construction worker takes a stroll on the beach.
Collecting sea glass and random stuff because I like to do artwork at home with the stuff that I find.
But what he found Tuesday morning,
I don't even know how to explain it. It didn't register as a human brain. I was just like, what is this?
Definitely out of the ordinary.
I don't know, man. Stuff like that just cracks me up. Guy looking around. What was he collecting again? Well, those guys, you ever see those guys on the beach with the metal detectors? What are they looking for, really? Money?
Oh, listen, there are all kinds of things to find out there.
Yeah.
A lot of people, aside from actual cold, hard cash, there's
well, you're not going to find cash with a metal detector, but you're going to find coins.
You find coins.
Right.
Coins, yeah. And there's just, there's watches. You can find a watch. There's all kinds of metal. Just buried right under the surface. All you need is a good metal detector.
All right, please tell me, Mr. Buzz Killman.
Yeah.
That you have never used them. That's right. You just make stuff up.
I know, but you see them do it. They're not out there for no reason. They're looking for stuff. They found stuff, and they're looking for more stuff.
I would love to hear from anyone and we will open the line soon at 833-5JB Show. You can get in on it, jump into stream. I'd love to hear from anyone with a metal detector who ever found anything other than this guy in Racine, Wisconsin, who found a brain.
I came across the square package wrapped in aluminum foil, and around it had a pink rubber band. So curiosity got to me, so I popped it open, and it looked like a chicken breast, kind of. So I was like, it took a little bit for it to really, what was going on. It was a brain.
Yeah, also the guy, a metal detector. He's a collector of sea glass and random stuff, as he said, and he knows a brain when he sees one.
Well, it was wrapped in tin foil. The metal detector picked that up.
Who wouldn't take Oh, that's why the metal detector got it.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't take their brain out, put it in some kind of aluminum foil, and then
how would you do that if your brain was actually out?
My pal. Oh, I love this song. Wait a minute. Oh, the flowers, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. And my head, I'd be scratching with my thoughts, busy hatching if I only had a brain. Woo! Hey, if we want to do a play sometime when people actually go to live plays again, let's recreate The Wizard of Oz, and I'll be the lion. You could be the Tin Man.
Okay.
No, that's a deal. Mac, we have to wrap your brain in aluminum foil. We'll find it on a beach. Mac, what would you be? I'm the lion. I'm the lion. Wait, I have to be the Tin Man because I don't have a brain. So I'm going to be...
We'd be the Scarecrow then. In this
Scarecrow. Right. Because you like Star Wars and that's what people like.
So I wouldn't have a brain. The Tin Man doesn't have a heart and the lion lacks courage.
Wait, I don't have a brain. Who doesn't have the brain?
This is going to be a tough
Scarecrow
production here.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to know the story.
Okay, listen, you guys. We've been practicing this play, The Wizard of Oz, with you nimnuts for like a month, and you guys don't even know your characters' names. Brandmeier, you are the guy with no brain. That's a no-brainer if they stay in the business. You have no brain. Got it?
Scarecrow.
All right.
You're the Scarecrow.
I'm the Scarecrow. I thought the Scarecrow had no... No, that's lion has no courage.
Right.
The Cowardly Lion and the Tin Man.
Okay, cut. Let's break for lunch. I could wait the hours, conferring with the flowers, consulting with the rain. And my head, I'd be scratching while my thoughts are busy hatching if I only had a brain. Yeah, that's good.
It's not a bad version of
it. I got it. I got that. I'd unravel every riddle. I know the words by heart, man.
And the Cowardly Lion is the funniest one.
The Cowardly Lion.
Right. Bert Lahr.
Yeah, Bert Lahr. All right, there it is. Okay, we'll work on that. Talking headlines, a father in Arlington said his kid was, a 9-year-old kid was sent home from school because he was sneezing. That makes sense. If you find yourself, and then they sent him home and he sneezed and they told him to go home because he sneezed. And they do say in this particular school that if you find someone sneezing near you, immediately exhale to avoid inhaling droplets or aerosols. Purse your lips to make the exhaling last longer. Turn your head fully away from the person and begin walking.
or running.
Yeah, see what I mean? All this stuff is going on. And then there was another kid who was booted out of school because he was wearing that Hooters, face mask, protective mask that we're supposed to wear, the Hooters mask.
There is nothing offensive or derogatory about this mask.
Greg Golba and his son Ian don't understand why the 11-year-old had to remove his Hooters mask on Tuesday.
I don't think it's offensive at all. It's just a restaurant.
The Orange County fifth grader says his teacher at Sunset Park Elementary School in Windermere said something about it.
I wore it, and she said it was not appropriate for school. And I asked her why, and she said, if you really want to know why, go ask the principal.
He did.
He told me to take it off 3 times, and I asked him why. He just said, just take it off.
Hey, listen, he told you to take it off, take it off. You know what I mean? This is where it gets weird. I don't know what to think about this. If my kid's wearing a Hooters mask, and they say, take it off, I'd say, listen, just do what the teacher says.
I would like to know what makes it a Hooters mask.
It says Hooters right on it.
That's it.
Yeah, that's a great question, Buzz, because if it were in fact a Hooters mask with 2 boobs on it.
Right, that's what I'm thinking.
No, it just says Hooters. And the guy in Orlando, Florida, his kid was told not to wear it. The dad disagreed. Then he called the principal. Then he bitched to the teacher about the fact that, my kid loves Hooters. His dad said that he's going to take his son back to Hooters, which, by the way, is best dad ever. And And he's, because he says, you'll like this. He likes the chicken wings. My kid likes the chicken wings. They have the best chicken wings.
Uh-huh. And I like the Hooters.
And he likes to see the waitresses. Let's be honest here. Come on, really. And if he is going to Hooters, here's some advice. Here's a great line. Take him back to Hooters again. Now, once again, I don't know if you're a disciplinarian or not, but it's your kid. They tell you, hey, it says Hooters on the mask. We want your kid to take it off. Do you call the principal or do you say, come on, you're there to learn, just take it off? What would you say?
I'd say take it off. I mean, you got to pick your fights, and Hooters isn't one of my fights.
No, you see what I mean? It's bad enough in the world, teachers trying to get some teaching done, and a kid wears, I get it all, America, I get it, man. We need our freedom, man. We got to have our freedom to wear our Hooters mask. They can't tell me what to do, motherfucker. Yeah, they can. They're teachers. It's their school. That's their policy. They don't want you to wear the mask. However, on the other side of it, I guess I do see, excuse me. I get nervous when I start coughing now. I really do.
Everybody does. Or sneezing.
Yeah.
Anything.
Right. Sneezing, coughing. Yeah, you got.
Oh, geez, I got it.
Oh, no. Yeah, what is it? Yeah, like the president being interviewed by Sean Hannity. Anyway. Well, anyway, so on the other side of the Hooters topic, the kid, the fifth grader getting booted. I like the kid too, man. Hey, man, I just want to wear it. I did what I did. I just wear it. I like it. I love chicken wings, man. That's what I'm wearing it for. You do have the fact that it just says Hooters. I get it. Okay. Not a big deal. Once again, his dad says he's planning on taking his son back to Hooters. Best dad ever. And here's the thing. Do you remember that scene in The Office where Michael from The Office, Steve Carell, goes to Hooters and he talks to the lady? Listen to this. This is, kid, if you're out there in Orlando, this is a good line to use when you're at Hooters ordering chicken. Listen.
Tell me, Dana, how is your chicken breast?
Oh, it's great. It's served with our world-famous wing sauce.
Sounds yummy. I will have a chicken breast. Hold the chicken. Oh.
Is that what you really want?
No, I'm going to have the gourmet hot dog.
Is that what you really want? Yeah, I'm going to have a chicken breast, hold the chicken. Then she goes, is that what you really want? He goes, oh my God. Oh, man. And, the mask debate continues. I'm wearing it, go in. Some guys aren't wearing it. Who are you going to listen to? The President of the United States of America, or great actor, star of the great movie that I love more than anything, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Paul Rudd? Who are you going to listen to?
Yo, what up, Dogs? Paul Rudd here, actor and certified young person. A few days ago, I was talking on the iPhone with my homie, Governor Cuomo, and he's just going off about how us millennials need to wear masks because, get this, apparently a lot of COVID is transmitted by us millennials. So Cuomo's asked me, he's like, Paul, you gotta help. What are you, like 26? And I didn't correct him. So fam, let's real talk. Masks? They're totally beast. So slide that into your DMs and twitch it. Yes, queens like ourselves. We want to go to bars, we want to drink, hook up, do our TikToks. I get it. I'm not going to preach at you like some celebrity. Ugh. This is a combo where I talk and you shut up and wear your mask.
There it is. Who are you going to listen to? Paul Rudd or the president?
I like Paul Rudd a lot.
Paul Rudd. He's the one who's going to tell you. Yeah, I like Paul Rudd, too. The original name of Van Halen's band was Broken Crumbs and Trojan Rubber Company. And we're going to get to the...
Thank God they changed it.
They changed it. The last time I talked to Paul Rudd, let me see. I remember it was like yesterday. He was talking about band names. Come on in here. We're on here. Come on, come here. Paul Rudd's in here. This guy, we were calling hey, how you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. We're on here. Yeah, I don't want to put you to work right away. Hey,
wow.
Paul. So you know Joe Satriani is?
Yeah, sure.
Great.
Yeah.
So he was in here saying, I need a band name. I need a name for my band, right?
Right.
So we're just asking people for a name for the band. And this guy just called up. He called up and he goes like this. He goes, yeah.
I got one for you. What about Lonesome Breast?
Lonesome Breast. Wasn't that a Western?
That was a pretty good Western.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good Western.
Yeah.
Lonesome Breast. Were you in Lonesome Breast?
No, that was Bobby Duvall.
Bobby. Only you know you're in Hollywood when you get to call him Bobby.
Yeah. I never met the man, but he's Bobby Duvall.
That's when people do when they talk about De Niro. You know, when you hear him go like, "Yeah, so Bobby."
Yeah.
When you say Bobby, you know.
Yeah.
Wait,
Bobby D.
Let me just whip through these. Listen to this. This is some of the examples we got.
How about rubbing grandma's thighs? Cabo Satch and the Chili Tones.
Cabo Satch and the Chili. Rubbing. Who thinks of this one?
How about rubbing grandma's thighs?
Rubbing grandma's.
Cabo Satch and the Chili Tones.
Which one of those do you like?
I would say rubbing grandma's thigh, probably of those. Has anyone come in with Wobbly H?
Wobbly H. That's the last time Paul Rudd walked into the studio. I missed that. I missed when guys just could walk in. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, Paul Rudd's out there. Okay, come on in. No one's going to be like knocking on my window. Hey, man, it's me, Paul Rudd. Can I come in through your basement? Yeah, come on in, man. Come on in. What are you doing there? He did mention that was conversation, I believe, was about Joe Satriani was trying to form a band. He didn't know what to name it. And so he came in, he asked me, what should I name our band? And Joe Satriani was quoted talking about Eddie Van Halen. Joe Satriani, if you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, one of the great, great guitarists in the world. Not the greatest. That's Eddie Van Halen. But Joe Satriani said he was scared. Eddie Van Halen scared the hell out of a million guitarists because he was so damn good. Joe Satriani.
The Jonathan Brandmeier Showcast.
Oh, Johnny. Oh, B.
This is the new Not Normal.
All right, 8335JB Show. When we can pick it up, we pick it up. 8335JB Show. Direct line to a good time, live wherever you are. Around the world, Brandmeier Broadcast System. The Jonathan Brandmeier Showcast. Unfiltered, free. Not here for a long time. You got to know that. We're just here for a good time. And Buzz has... you've generated some interest in this billionaire story. I don't know if people are getting it, but you go ahead and explain it to us again because
it's very simple.
Just go, really sum it up and like you're pitching it to me as a, let's say I'm a billionaire and you're coming to me. Hey man, how's it going there? What's your name? Buzz Gilman?
Right.
Yeah, I heard about you had something going on with music or stages. What's going on?
We're trying to raise money to save American music. We want to get a fund together that would support bars that support blues and jazz music, which is the original iconic music for this country. And these bars are going out of business. I mean, they are going out of business. Yep. The Green Mill, which is the best jazz room perhaps on the planet. I
wouldn't focus solo on that. I would focus on the big picture because a billionaire does not care about the Green Mill. A billionaire is going to care about the whole scene, the whole live stage music system.
But the Green Mill is the ideal example of what you cannot lose. You can't lose these places. And you have to establish the criteria to save them. I mean, they can't just be any your neighborhood bar that you like a lot and occasionally has a guitar player in there. You've got to come up with institutional bars that have served this music over the course of time. And you've got to, and it's not that many. It's like when they put up a fund for small businesses, it was like $500 billion. But that's every small business in the country. And they wound up giving most of the money to giant corporations. I mean, does Walmart need our support?
Yes, Walmart does need our support.
Does Target need a small business loan? No.
Where else can you go and take a crap in a box and put it back on the shelf other than Myers stores?
So I mean, it was completely mismanaged. I mean, the small business guy never got a dime. It all just went into the system.
Right.
So
they're going to bail out the airlines again? They're going to bail out the airlines again?
And
right?
I'm not going to argue with it because, I mean, those people, need those jobs, right? And our economy needs airplanes. But $1 billion for, let's say, 36 bars in 2 different cities that you can keep afloat that will not disappear.
Right.
And you can claim, and And we're trying to raise money by getting one donor, just one donor.
billionaire.
Otherwise, you just spend your time raising money and nothing ever happens, and then you lose the money and you get tired, and it doesn't work.
Right.
We need one guy and $1 billion. And that guy can determine how it is controlled. He will never lose control, he or she will never lose control of that money until it is actually given to a specific bar in either Chicago or New Orleans.
Can't be. 1 billion. You don't need 1 billion for 2 bars. You need it.
No. Not 2 bars. I mean, between the 2 cities, there's probably 40, maybe 50 bars.
Great music cities. I get it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to be clear here, because at brandmeiershow@gmail.com, they're saying, hey, tell me where to donate. We don't want.
I know everybody.
We don't want your donation
on Facebook. Well, that's a great idea. I'll be happy. No, don't donate. We don't want your donations. We want one guy to donate $1 billion.
That's
and
right.
Let's get it done like next week.
Okay, hold on a minute. This guy says, I like this. Just heard Buzz's statement. I work as a backline tech, a.k.a. roadie. Those of us in the live music industry are among the first to shut down and will be the last to return. We are hurting. Some of us more than others. Some of my brothers and sisters had this as their only source of income. Being, for the most part, seasonal work, this shutdown killed the income of a lot of people who bring music to you that you never see. That said, there's an organization already set up to help those of us hurt by the shutdown. It is national. Maybe you and Buzz can shine a light on them. That guy's name is Todd. Hey, Todd, we dialed you up, or you dialed us now. We told you to call. You did. Thanks. How you doing, man?
Doing all right. Hanging in there.
Can you explain what this is? But let me tell you why I think this kind of resonates to me, because when we're listening back to the archives that we're going to feature later in this podcast with Eddie Van Halen, we and Alex and I and Eddie go through, we find this old tape of him in a bar, right? And the band is just working it out, man. They're working it out. And you are going to, whether you save the music, save the stages, you save bands like Eddie Van Halen, the boys, a place for them to test their worth. They grew up on live stages. Anyone worth their salt grew up on a live stage, and you don't get that same feeling from just doing it on a Zoom call. You know, you just don't. You won't. So, Buzz, I thought you were out of your mind, and maybe you are out of your mind for one billionaire. But, Todd, what is your deal? Your thing is called Save Our Stages?
Well, I'm not affiliated with them. I just know of them, and being in the music business, I've come across their stuff. Save Our Stages is an organization called NIVA, National Independent Venue Association, and they are working with the politicians to build targeted legislation to help 2,000 or so venues within all 50 states. Now, I've got no problem. I can go along with Buzz and turn a couple billionaires up on and shake them by the ankles and get a few dollars. But you know, there seems to be need for everybody to pitch in, I guess, at this point.
Well, but isn't it easier for what Buzz is saying? Go ahead, Buzz.
Well, the thing is, Save Our Stages is a very valuable organization, and it does a lot of good work. And they are concerned about all 50 states and every musician that goes on a stage. And I could probably, if I come up with a donor and $1 billion, I would go to Save Our Stages to help put together who gets that money.
Right.
I mean, we have to have, and it can't be 50 states. It can't be everybody's music. You have to limit it to I believe you have to limit it to a certain target group, which is.
You're saying blues what? You sound like blues, jazz and blues.
And at bars that have been there, have established themselves as institutions of that music, and they're just bars. The Harlem Avenue Lounge does this. I mean, there's like probably 25 bars in each city that are specifically geared for that kind of music. And those are the bars that I would like to keep open.
Yeah, real. I get what you're saying, where you can go in and even like country bars, man, go into a country bar, you're having a long neck and you're watching these guys perform up there. That's great. One, we have to put this to the side for a second, but, when are we going to be able to go back into live venues of any type? So that's the one thing. But when we're able to, go back to whatever normal ends up being, we should be able to see live music, man. There's nothing like live. Seeing Van Halen live, right. Seeing them in a club, seeing anything like that. But Todd, let's go back to what you're saying too.
And they say that 90% of all the bars will be closed and will not reopen. I mean, after this kind of devastation, who wants to start up a blues bar?
Nope.
Nobody.
No way.
If it's not already standing, it ain't going to be seen.
So if you're one billionaire out there, we want your money. Give it to Buzz, and he'll take care. Or, as I say, give it to me. But wait a minute. Let's talk about the guys. Go ahead.
And you can say, that person can say, and we will promote that person saved American music.
Can I tell you who I'm thinking of? And I've already reached out to him. I didn't want to, preface it by saying, "Hey, Todd, you're still here because I want to talk about you for 1 second. Don't move."
Sure.
Eric Yuan. He's the founder of Zoom. Eric Yuan, the founder and CEO of Zoom. He made over $12 billion since March.
Yeah.
Since March. He now ranks among the 400 richest people in America. His story is amazing. He sounds like a hell of a guy. Want to talk to the guy on this show. He sounds great. And so we'll get him on, talk about it, and then just say, hey, here's my friend Buzz. He wants
$1 billion. He's like $1 billion.
He wants $1 billion. But I think there's something there. But wait, let me just talk
about... I'd like to find out, if I can't get $1 billion, I'd like to find out why. Why can't somebody just peel off $1 billion?
Peel off like it's in your pocket. Yeah, okay. You're not walking around with the deuce in your pocket like a freaking
and it's
monster.
It's probably tax-free because it's a charity.
Okay. You can talk to him about that. I want to ask Todd about the inside, like you said, brothers and sisters hurting, only source of income, seasonal work, shut down, killed a lot of people out there with jobs. But that's everybody. We're not just going boo-hoo musicians. But what are you doing now, Todd? I mean, what is the story about this that makes it real?
Well, at this point, I think around March, we had maybe 10 shows for a week up on our board. I work for a rental company, so a lot of people will call us and ask for gear, and we deliver and set it up and pick it up and come home. March, we had probably about 10 shows up. The end of the week, after it hit the news, we had nothing.
Yep.
Everything dropped off. Everybody canceled. So, at this point, I'm sitting at home. I've more or less become a chef for my wife, who, I'm lucky. I married well enough. My wife is a financial planner, so she got to work at home, and I'm now her chef.
But you got to admit,
nice job, though.
Nice work, but you got to admit you want her out of the house.
Not bad if you can get it.
You want her out of the house. You know you do. Say it.
I've got a guitar room.
Yeah.
I've got a guitar room.
Can you play Van Halen?
Actually, I was taking my rack apart. I can play a little bit of Van Halen, but I was taking my rack apart, so nothing is audible.
Oh, I'd love to hear that. Love to hear that. I love
musicians are being hurt by this more than any other group of people.
Well, I got another email about it, guy. Johnny, I want to send you a message about the business I work for, Midtown Instrument Rentals. I'm a backline guitar, drum, keyboard tech, a.k.a. roadie. He says just like you say. Oh, are you the same guy?
That's me.
Oh, I'm saying the same thing. You're the same guy. Fantastic. Yeah. No wonder I got him stapled together. Sorry about that. I'm helping myself, and I suck at it. We've been in the business for 30 years, so you're a Midtown instrument rental guy.
Yes.
Okay, I'll bring you my guitars, and you can restring them. I can definitely do that. Otherwise, I got no work for you. But Save Our Stages is what you're promoting. Buzz wants $1 billion for his campaign, Save the Clubs. I get what you're saying. We'd have to hone in. I think the pitch has to be done, and I know they're smart. Hey, Todd, thank you for your time. I appreciate it, man. I hope the live music comes back. I mean, there's nothing better. I love going out. I really going out with my band. I enjoy it more than anything in the world, and I hope we can get back out there. Thanks a lot, Todd.
Anytime, dummy.
Great. Did he say dummy?
No, he said Johnny.
I thought he said anytime, dummy.
No, he said Johnny.
Mackie did not. He said dummy. If I only had a brain. What did he call? Didn't he call me numbnuts? Okay, now, I think, and there's a smarter financial guy out there than you or I will ever be. Yeah. Somebody that can say, I get what Buzz is saying. Listen to me out there, finance people. How do we put this together? So we approach with Eric Yuan, the CEO of Zoom, whoever, and say, here's exactly what we need. But you don't put in the proposal, can you peel off $1 billion? Okay? You don't do that.
The Jonathan Brandmeier Showcast. This is the new Not Normal.
The truth is, Wild Stallions will never be a super band until we have Eddie Van Halen on guitar.
Yes, Bill, but I do not believe we will get Eddie Van Halen until we have a triumphant video.
Ted, it's pointless to have a triumphant video before we even have decent instruments.
Well, how can we have decent instruments when we don't really even know how to play?
That is why we need Eddie Van Halen.
And that is why we need a triumphant video. Excellent!
Yeah! That's why you need to save the stages. You need to save the music for guys like Eddie Van Halen. Check some voicemail here too, 833 Loon Line, 833 Loon Line. 833 Loon Line voicemail, yeah.
Johnny, Buzz, calling from Elgin. It's Will. Why is your radio show so fast? Everybody's talking so fast. I don't know if it's supposed to be happening that way or I don't know. It's freaking me out. So, stop it already.
I'm going to say pick up the pace.
Once again, those people who are jacked up, the podcast is everywhere. Podcasts go. And on Apple, you have the speed control where you can hit it slow, hit it fast. And this guy who's on weed, obviously, is hearing it. Now he's hearing it too fast. Then we hear it too slow. 833 Loon Line. Well, let me take a live call here. Hold on, live caller. You're on 833-5JB Show. Go ahead.
Johnny?
Yes.
Hey, this is Mailman Darren.
Hey, Mailman Darren. How you doing? What can I do for you?
I'm from Chicago, but live down in Mississippi now.
You're in Mississippi. How are things in Mississippi?
They're not bad.
Yeah. All right.
They're actually not bad. Everything's pretty much open down here.
Now, wait a minute. What do you mean everything's pretty much open down there? What do you mean by that?
Restaurants, the casinos, everything.
Really?
Everything's opened up. Yep.
Maybe I should go to Mississippi.
I'm on the Gulf Coast.
And where in Mississippi do you live again, though?
In Ocean Springs, right next to Biloxi.
Do you like it?
It's okay. It's a little different than Chicago. A little slower. Not much to do around here.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm going to make a note of that. Mississippi different than Chicago. All right. Got it. No question. But so what are you doing down there? So you're saying everything's open. You're saying, look, because I see this. I see it in Wisconsin. I see it other places. Some people are, following the rules. Some people aren't. Because you're saying everything's open in Mississippi. I think you're wrong about that.
No, it's open. Back in May, I know the restaurants opened up, and then the casinos opened up, I think, in July. I was just looking. You're talking about musical shows and everything.
Yeah.
All these casinos have venues in them. Basically, in January, all the shows are starting back up.
See, Buzz, you take your musical act and you go to Mississippi.
But they're not playing blues and they're not playing jazz.
Yeah, but you can't. You're really going to limit it to that?
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Because that's the only way to get it done.
Not with my billion.
You don't have $1 billion, so I don't care what you think.
Okay, so anyway, Mississippi man. So what do you do for a living down there, though?
I'm a mailman.
Oh, that's why you called yourself mailman up in the beginning.
Yeah.
Mailman.
You're a genius.
I am a dummy. So
were you a mailman in Chicago as well?
Yeah, I was in Elgin. I worked out of Elgin, and I couldn't. I decided if I was going to do that, if I was going to do this the rest of my life, I'm not going to stand. I'm not going to stay in those winters. So I had to move.
Yeah. Also, you might get shot. The mailmen take a lot of heat. Here.
It's a tough gig.
Oh yeah,
it's a tough gig. I don't think it would be a tough gig at all. Got to be honest with you. I'd kind of enjoy it.
What, dogs?
Oh, yeah,
thugs and gangs and what? Bad weather? Seems like a nightmare.
Okay, maybe you don't pay attention to the actual things that are really happening about a mailman. Watch your screen. Pull your radio screen down. Watch.
A&L Educational Services present a Nature Unlimited film, The Mailman. Each day while you're at school, the mailman delivers mail to many homes and businesses. This mailman is delivering a package to Tommy's house. It's hard to tell what's in the package because it's wrapped in a plain, brown wrapper. Toy for Tommy's mother.
Okay.
Some mailmen work at the post office. This is Mailman Ralph. He's been working all night to make sure the mail gets delivered. Today is payday. Called a pink slip. He has a gun like a policeman. Killing lots of people.
No, he isn't.
Turns the gun on himself.
Okay. There he is. Mailman Blues, baby. Hey, there you are, Mississippi boy. I think so. You like it in Mississippi? They put a whole bunch of cities that you should go to after the pandemic, but they did a COVID count too. The number 20 in the top 20 cities that have COVID where you shouldn't go: Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. Number 20, my hometown. That's unbelievable. Hey, mailman.
Finally getting some recognition.
Yeah, finally. All right, thanks for calling. Let's go to another live one, 833-5JB show. Go ahead.
Johnny, what's happening?
What's happening with you? What's your name?
This is Rob, and I'm from Mississippi, so you're getting back-to-back Mississippi calls.
Are you being serious now?
Hattiesburg, Mississippi, live about 20 minutes from Brett Favre.
That is Oh, yeah. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Do you see Brett Favre out there?
That dude was not lying. That dude's not lying, man, because we live half our weekends down at the coast, at the casinos. Everything's open down here. Restaurants, bars.
That is amazing. It truly, when you're at these places, do you run into Brett Favre?
You know what, dude? It's so funny. Ray Guy lives down here, and he is the Mr. Open. Brett Favre, when he comes in, he's got his entourage, leave me alone, that kind of crap, which is, and Ray Guy, he'll sit at the Hooters with you, he'll buy you beers, he'll talk football.
Yeah, but who is Ray Guy? I don't know.
Who's that? That's why he does it.
Okay.
That's why it doesn't matter.
I'm sorry, what's your first name again?
Rob.
Hey,
greatest
Rob,
punter in NFL history, played for the Raiders.
Honestly, I've never heard that name before. I'm sorry, but
Are you serious?
No, I swear.
Yeah, he played back in the 70s, when Madden was coaching him.
Okay, but listen, wouldn't you agree that Brett Favre walking into a restaurant there with you in Mississippi, or this other guy, this famous punter, Ray Guy, yeah, you would think that of course if he walked in and sat on my face right now, I wouldn't know who it was.
Okay, let me tell you this quick story.
Oh, man, that was the worst experience. Oh, I'm going to throw up.
I'm sorry, Billy.
Me and my wife go to this diner for breakfast, and there's room at the counter. And I said, no, I want a booth. So we wait. We get a booth. Who goes to sit at the counter is Ray Guy. Or not Ray Guy, I'm sorry, Brett Favre. And my wife looks at me and she goes, okay, we could have been sitting next to Brett Favre, you dumbass.
Yeah, that's something I would say to my stupid husband. Oh, that's funny. That's pretty funny, man. But Ray Guy, well, you've taught us something there in Mississippi. But I think what I'm hearing, though, and it's weird that we get 2 Mississippi Live calls today in a row, is that you're open for business. Like you're noticing there's no change in your life whatsoever. That's what I'm asking. Does anyone out there think they're getting back to normal soon? Because I don't think we are. But there they are in Mississippi with this guy.
We're getting closer. Yeah. I miss you guys. I've seen you in the leisure suits many a times when I lived up there. Miss you guys.
Well, is everybody wearing a mask in Mississippi?
It's funny. They're supposed to, but it's like 50%.
Mm-hmm. Do you get dirty looks, by the way?
Because I'm the one wearing the mask, and I'm like, dude, really?
Yeah, well, that's my question, though. Do you get the dirty looks? Because I get the dirty looks if I'm the one wearing it and they're not wearing it. They get a look like, yeah, you idiot, like that. Do you get that look?
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. I know. It's craziness, man. So Mississippi, I might put that down. There was a New York town that I was thinking about moving to. It was called Swastika.
That's right.
Did you know about that? It's a small town in upstate New York. They voted to keep their name Swastika. They unanimously voted not to change their name. Where do you live? Swastika. Where's that? It's in New York. Okay, sounds like a good idea. But Mississippi, but honestly, tell me the truth. Mississippi, there's got to be some beautiful places there, right? Like maybe I could move to Mississippi.
Oh, absolutely. Faith Hill's from down here.
Who?
Faith Hill.
Faith Hill. You mean what's his name's? Don't tell me now, because I want to see if I still have a brain. Because every time I can't remember something, go ahead, Buzz. Tim McGraw. No, I get nervous. My mom, Alzheimer's. I get nervous, man. I start thinking, wait a minute, I should know that. I know that. You have Alzheimer's. No, I don't. Yeah. So, okay, Faith Hill she's from Mississippi, but has nothing to do with Mississippi now.
Well, she owns some land down here. There was a rumor they were building a mansion in Hattiesburg, but it never happens.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Walter Payton's from down here.
Here he goes. Mississippi, man. Shining a light on Mississippi. Walter Payton. There you go, Walter Payton. There you go, Mississippi. Who else?
That's not where
from
the Ozarks
Mississippi to Chi-Town, back to Mississippi.
Yeah, that's right. What'd you say, Buzz?
Is this Ozark country or is that Arkansas?
That's Arkansas.
That's Arkansas.
Yeah. All right. We love the geography lessons we're getting from around the world. I appreciate it. Hey, man, stay safe. Thank you very much for calling. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right. Yeah. That's who he's calling from Mississippi. Home of Ray, what's his name?
Ray Guy.
The most famous punter in the world I never heard of. And
never heard of him.
Never heard
the name.
Nah, never heard of him. No. Yeah, Mississippi Queen. No, I don't. But home of Brett Favre. Yeah. Most popular quarterback in the world, possibly. Voicemail. Let me do a couple more real quick, and then we'll get to that Eddie Van Halen thing. 833 Loon Line.
Extra, extra, read all about it. This week in celebrity news. Rumor has it, Britney Spears got a new tattoo of a seashell on her inner thigh. Rumor has it, when you put your ear to the shell, you can smell the ocean. A lick.
Oh, boy. Okay. All right, I'm just going to
move on.
There we go.
The Jonathan Brandmeier Showcast. This is the new Not Normal.
The party is officially underway. Jews, Christians, and Muslims have united, ushering in 10 years of Van Halen. Out in the crowd, people are celebrating like never before.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Van Halen passed away. The greatest guitarist in the world. By the way, Van Halen's record, 1984, returned to the charts, soaring 7,600%. 7,600%. That's a big deal. Eddie Van Halen, virtuoso of the rock guitar.
I took the time out because I'm not a Van Halen fan just because I was into other kinds of music when they took off. But I did hear him. Yeah, he's a great guitar. So I thought, well, he's passed away, and we're everybody's so upset. I got to listen to this. So I listened to the solo of him doing Eruption. And I listened to a live performance, and it really is something else.
Well, in this interview, you're going to hear him in the studio explain why Eruption, he made a mistake in Eruption. You'll hear that. Let me give you the setup on Eddie. If you don't know who Eddie Van Halen is, ladies and gentlemen, virtuoso of the guitar, 65. He's dead of cancer. Damn cancer, man.
And he couldn't take a cigarette out of his mouth. He could not stop.
Cancer, cancer, cancer. The band, one of the most popular of all time, most influential guitarist of his generation. Van Halen, one of the most popular rock acts.
Married to Valerie Bertinelli.
And Valerie Bertinelli was his wife.
She was so hot.
He structured his solos the way, I'm reading now the New York Times obit, structured his solos the way Macy's choreographed his Independence Day fireworks show. He received patents for 3 guitar devices he created. Guitar World magazine ranked him number 1 on its list of the 100 greatest guitarists of all time. Eddie said when Spinal Tap was going to 11, I was going to 15. He did so many things with the guitar. You can't even, you can't even understand what he did with the guitar. It was, we can't hear this music. No, I don't want this. I'm talking to my own hand. Again, hold on a minute. Yeah. I told you they called their band originally the Trojan Rubber Company and Broken Crumbs. Crumbs, excuse me. That was no pun. In the studio on stage, Eddie Van Halen could make the guitar sound like a dive-bombing plane one moment and a pack of wild hyenas the next. His show-stopping solo piece from the album Eruption showcased his finger-tapping technique, which set a new bar for guitar pyrotechnics. The stuff he did was unbelievable. I got to see him doing it live in front of me, and I thought, I was like, whoa, man, I cannot believe this is Eddie Van Halen doing this in front of me. And when Jimmy Kimmel started his show, in season opener in 2015, they brought out Van Halen, and Jimmy is telling us here he felt the same way. Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Watching Eddie play that guitar in person is, you see it in the videos and you see it, of course, but watching him, being close to him when he's playing the guitar in such an unusual way, I don't know if I've ever seen anyone play the guitar like that, where both hands, I don't know anything about the guitar, but both hands are up at the top of the instrument, and you're like, what the hell is going on here? It is unbelievable. And his son, Wolfgang, is a great bass player. I mean, you don't usually know whether the bass player is good or not, or at least I don't.
Yeah,
but
good point.
This kid really knows how to play.
Good point. What you said about Eddie Van Halen, I think I have just a little bit of tape here. He was in the studio with me, and he just picked up a guitar and started playing it, and I think I almost fainted. Hold on one second. Eddie Van Halen, how could you actually make that guitar sound good? You're unbelievable. You're unbelievable.
I didn't hear anything.
I heard it. Well, there you go. Your headphones are on. Your volume's underneath there. So here's the thing, though. He took I had like an old electric guitar just sitting there.
Yeah.
And we're coming out of commercials, and he just grabs it, and he starts playing these solos and I'm watching his fingers, as you say, and it's like, wow. Hey, he was just on the number 2 list. New York Daily News picked Jimi Hendrix as the number 1 guitarist, and Eddie Van Halen is number 2.
By the way, I bet you everywhere he goes, somebody has coincidentally has an electric guitar plugged in sitting nearby.
Just like Johnny B. Yeah, absolutely. He got me there, no doubt about it. Well, we didn't have a guitar planned to be in the studio that day, believe it or don't. Ed Maloney, who was running the board at the time, was saying he just brought his guitar and he got it signed by Eddie. I got mine signed by Eddie and Alex too. But he's right. Jimmy Kimmel there talking about when they were on the show. That's the same show where David Lee Roth came out and took the mic and broke his nose. Live on Jimmy Kimmel. It's fantastic. If you get a chance to see that one, take a look at it on YouTube. Remember now.
Did he leave after that, or did he stay?
No, he stayed. But this is where the problems come in with the Van Halen over the years. Okay, so they had David Lee Roth. He was the front man. And then they hired Gary Sharon. You know who Gary Sharon is?
Vaguely, yes, I do.
More than words.
Yeah, he didn't work out.
No, he didn't work out. He didn't work out. And then they, of course, had Sammy Hagar. And Michael Anthony, the bass player, was in the studio one day. And here's Michael Anthony telling us, come on, man. What's going on? It's really weird because you always read these things. You know something's happening internally there, but you don't quite know what's going on, who's causing
neither do I.
You know what, Michael? That's always what I kind of thought about you. I think that you're like the one in the middle of it, going, guys, can we just rock and roll?
Everyone calls me Switzerland. That's it. Why can't we just get out there and rock and roll? And especially at this point in the career or whatever, bury the hatchet. Not in everyone's back, but right. let's just get on with it. And,
do you say that? Do you say it to Eddie? Do you say it to Alex?
Yeah, but unfortunately, people have certain issues that they just can't let go of.
Okay, what are the issues? And if I'm delving into just what are the issues? I don't understand.
Well, I don't want to really get into that part of it.
Here's my question to you: could any lead singer survive it? Or is it just
that is the actual question? Can any lead singer survive being in Van Halen?
I think what I'm getting out of this, Michael, is someone who has to get along with Eddie Van Halen, not just Alex and not you, but Eddie. That's what I believe. Am I right or wrong?
You're totally right.
That's what I think. I think that's the problem.
Definitely has to. Personalities have to gel.
Personalities have to gel. You got to get along with Eddie.
I see a bunch of pictures of Eddie with his arm around everybody.
Oh, sure.
Everybody. Every singer. Everybody.
Yeah.
It looked like they all loved him, and he loved them.
Sammy, Eddie, David Lee Roth, and More Than Words, Gary Sharon. Yeah, you knew that wasn't going to work. As you mentioned, he married Valerie Bertinelli, going over the obit in the New York Times. He had the hip replacement surgery in 1999. He underwent treatment for tongue cancer the following year. In 2002, he was declared cancer-free after having 1/3 of his tongue removed.
Oh, man.
Good God.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I wonder how I could get that done to you. Thanks, Lisa. In 2019, reports surfaced that Mr. Van Halen...
You can still talk with that misinformation.
That's right.
Nobody can understand you.
That's right. So. It's kind of like now. I don't know what he's saying.
He's too fast.
He talks too fast. 2019, reports surfaced that Eddie Van Halen was being treated for throat cancer. At that moment, 2019... he said, I think the band is finished. In 1979, Mr. Van Halen clarified his guiding principle for Van Halen, the band. All we're trying to do is put excitement back into rock and roll. A lot of people seem like they forgot what rock and roll is about. We're very energetic. We just get up there and blaze. Van Halen. All right. Jimmy Mack, keeper of the archives, tell me if this is correct, because I have not heard the full interview, because I wanted to sit and listen to it as we do it live here, as it happened. Is it left as it was originally done, or is there... Yeah. So we'll hear references like what in there?
Yeah, you might hear some phone numbers that are no longer active, or references to concerts coming up at Alpine Valley. This is this is an unedited historical document. This is an incredible interview. Eddie and Alex didn't open themselves up. This is a great interview.
No, I will tell you, okay, from my take on it, one thing you're sure I am going to agree with you on is that Eddie was so shy. When he came in, he's like, I'm never going to get this guy to talk. And ended up being great. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the great Eddie Van Halen, and we look back on the Brandmeier interview. Our salute to Eddie Van Halen.
You need to hear the history to see the future. The Brandmeier Archives.
Good morning.
Does that guitar work, Eddie? I just saw you playing it. Take a solo over that. Yeah, there we go. I think it was working. Yeah. Eddie Van Halen. Alex Van Halen. Van Halen Brothers. Your mics are on.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think they are. There you go.
This one, yeah.
How could you actually make that guitar sound good? You're unbelievable. You're unbelievable.
I didn't hear anything.
I heard it. Well, there you go. Your headphones are on. Your volume's underneath there. Want me to run it? I'll be your roadie.
No, I just...
Hey, remember the bit on Saturday Night Live they did where they had your roadie? When you go home to Valerie, remember the bit on Saturday Night Live when you drop the fork at the table? The roadie comes and picks it up.
Oh, yeah.
That was one of the funniest damn skits in Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, what was really funny is that my cue, the person who was supposed to set me up, blew their line.
Who was it? One of the members of the cast?
Yeah. Because I'm not an actor.
They screwed it up.
So I figured after he says that line, okay, and then I say my line, he didn't say his line. So I'm going, yeah.
That was hilarious. It's Eddie goes home. How does he react to being life on the road? He goes home, drops the fork. A roadie comes across, picks the fork up, goes up to the couch. You know, the flashlight. I remember that.
The phone.
Well, that happens to me all the time.
Oh, sure it does. Sure it does, Alex. Alex Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen, my God. Come in from the storm for a minute. The most successful American rock band in history is one of them for sure. The Van Halen tour comes to Alpine Valley.
September 5th, Van Halen in concert. September 5th. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
While I agree that in time our band will be most triumphant,
right.
The truth is, Wild Stallions will never be a super band until we have Eddie Van Halen.
That's right.
Yes,
Hey, Alex, you got to put your headphones on.
Yes, I got them on.
Yeah. Do you wear headphones when you drum?
No.
No?
Because they have those in-ear monitors now to keep your...
You're wearing those?
Well, yeah, it prevents massive brain cell destruction from loud stuff. I wish they would have had those years ago.
Because your brains are pretty much fried?
Not
your ears are fried?
Not the brain.
Well, his brain, his ears.
No, it would have been nice to have, but it doesn't matter.
Well, you're back there with that stack in your ears. You got to wear something. I want to show you this. Did you see this, Mr. Eddie Van Halen? Top 100 guitar solos of all time. And this is from this isn't from the Globe. This is from Guitar World. Okay, these are guitars voting. Okay.
Oh,
do you know about this? You got to pull Eddie. If you could just pull that mic up just a little bit.
Sorry?
You can pull the mic right up there. There you go. All right.
Like there?
Listen to the pipes now. There you go. Oh, yeah. There you go. Top 100 guitar solos of all time. Eddie, you have number 2. Number 46.
What's number 1?
I'm going to tell you in a minute. Number 1. Okay, what would you guess would be the number 1 solo? I didn't even look at number 1. Hold on a minute.
Cinnamon Girl. Yeah, that's the one-note solo.
Hey, wait a minute. Did it? I want to live with a life would be... Wait a minute. What is number 1?
Come back in a week.
Okay. Here's number 1. What do you think it...
I don't know. Beat it.
Boy, I don't agree with this one, but you know what? I'm not a guitar player.
Let's hear it. What is
number 1
is
Stairway to Heaven. Number 1, Jimmy Page's solo in
I
Stairway
think it
to
would
Heaven.
probably be a tie. What's number 2?
Number 2 is Eddie.
Yeah, I know. What song?
Okay, what do you think?
Stairway to Heaven.
Nope. It is Billy Don't Be a Hero.
Right.
Yeah. It is.
Featuring Billy Jack.
Okay, now really, honest to God, tell me the truth, Eddie. You did not see this article. Because I'm going to ask you a question about this. All right. They picked your solo right after Stairway to Heaven as the number 2 solo of all time, according to the guitarist. Number 2, by the way, you're more on there. There's more on here. But in this, I'll tell you about it. In this solo, you say, I didn't play it right. There's a mistake at the top end of it. Whenever I hear it, I think, man, I could have done that better.
You're making it even more difficult because
there's
every solo is that way.
Yeah? You think every solo could have been better?
Well, I mean, you're just kind of winging it.
Yeah. Number 2, the solos of all time.
Eruption.
Yeah. Well, what do you think? Why are you smiling, Alex? This is great.
Why? Because I remember why we called it Eruption, but it doesn't really matter.
I would like to hear that. What's the reason?
No, I remember at a time when titles for instrumentals were really difficult to come up with. I mean, you don't have a lyric to latch on to, and just if I remember correctly, Ed, you got to stop me if I'm wrong here, but we needed a title for this,
right?
And we thought, something explosive, something big, So Eruption. But I think we both were thinking more of along the lines of a pimple or something.
Eruption. You sure you weren't thinking of something else?
No. Yeah, that's erection.
Oh, erection and eruption.
We misspelled it.
Erection. Number 2 solo of all time. You said you made.
I think it's great.
At the very beginning. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Wow.
Mistakes coming up. Right there.
Oh, yeah, that's what I said to the guys. Right there, listen to that, son of a bitch. Look how he made that mistake there.
No, believe it or
serious?
Not. No, well, we were rehearsing for...
Go ahead. I'm gonna hear the mistake. You stop.
It's before that.
There it is.
You're unbelievable. How do you work in a studio with this guy?
It's before that.
Before that?
Yeah. It's on the way up, not on the way down.
Oh, man. You are incredible. How many guitars do you have in the studio at one time? 1,000?
Right there.
And what's the mistake?
Well,
she just showed me where you were going with it.
Instead of going... I want
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what I
did it
noticed.
backwards. Instead of... forget it.
I'm going to get down on my knees. I'm watching the God work here. This is unbelievable. I don't believe you.
It's really funny. It's like this guitar is not tuned.
And by the way,
right.
Yeah? Well, I did not tune it. That was one of those roadies from Saturday Night Live.
No. What I mean is we never tuned
to that
right.
song.
No, we never tuned right on record.
Oh, on Eruption.
No, the whole...
On the whole CD? The whole song.
Wow. Every record except for keyboard tunes. Wow. I just pick up the guitar and Mike tunes to me, and we play. People with perfect pitch go nuts.
Would know it, right? They would go, what the hell's going on? Really?
Yeah.
So Michael Anthony tunes to you. You go, okay, that seems to be, that's the way I want to tune it. This is how I've tuned it. And then there you go.
And then, that's it. That's it.
It's unbelievable. Now look at this. So 100 solos of all time. So we named number 2. Number 46, you're on the list. And number 40, what do you think number 3? Hotel California, number 3. No, that's number 8.
Who's actually the guy who figured this out?
The rock guitarist to solo many things.
It's just like a poll.
Earlier this year, Guitar World asked its readers to jot their 5 favorite guitar solos on a postcard and mail it into our offices. The idea was we would tabulate the responses and come up with a master list of the 100 greatest solos.
So where's the part about drum solos?
Readers, you're number 1 on that, by the way. The 7-minute solos in the last tour, they are number 1 on that, pal. Even when ceilings fall out of the sky, you keep playing.
Yeah. That was something to remember. Yeah.
By the way, that is me, ladies and gentlemen, holding that guitar. That is not Eddie. It sounds a little like Eddie. I patted myself after Eddie. But, oh, look at it. There I go. Oh, am I smoking a what, Alex? Listen to that.
Unbelievable.
Number 46. Number 46.
This thing sounds terrible.
Is what? Does it really? Well, you know, you're Eddie Van Halen. We can't bring a guitar in here that's going to make you happy. Are you kidding me? Hot for Teacher. Number 46. Hot for Teacher, number 46. What was that one sound like? Let's say that one. Oh! That's number 46.
So I went from number 2 to 46?
You're in the top. You have 4 in the top 100.
Oh.
4 in the top 100. Number 2, number 46, number 67 is, he mentioned it earlier, Beat It. Michael Jackson song. Yeah.
And last but not least,
number 79. What do you think it is? The last one on the top 100 list of all times. Come on, take a guess. Anybody gets it? $20. Let's go. $20. Here we go. Money on the table. Here we go.
Spanish Fly?
No.
Cathedral.
Fly. No, it wasn't that.
I give up.
Mean Streets.
Really? That's Panama.
Hold on a minute. That's Panama. You're right. Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Name that tune.
Well, we know it's Panama. Hold on a minute. Mean Street. Yeah, it's not. No, we don't have the right song here.
Yeah, I'm glad you're going through all this stuff, because we're having a hard time trying to figure out what are the old category music we're going to play.
Now, wait a minute. Okay, first of all, there is, by the way, your drum solo was number 6.
Number 6 out of what?
On a guitar, in a Guitar World magazine, his drum solo is number 6. Yeah. There it is, right now.
Bring on the donkeys.
When you guys were playing, like in the clubs, did you do Inagata Vida?
No.
What other? You guys did Tush? I remember that.
We did In the Garden of Eden.
In the Garden of Eden.
That was the original title of the song.
Yeah?
Yeah.
See, you know more about those guys than we do. Iron Butterfly. You know, one of those guys is missing, the bass player, right?
I didn't know that. What do you mean missing?
He's missing.
Like abducted? Is he joined the X-Files or something?
Yeah, he's missing in action. He is missing in action. Nobody knows where the guy went.
What was his name?
His name was...
That's where they
Kramer. No, it really was. Kramer something or other. Well, that's a great little feat, though, those solos of yours, those 4 or 5 solos in the top 100, no matter... Because who would get Guitar Magazine other than guitar players, right?
That's right.
I mean, I'm not getting guitar... You get it if you want to read about guitar players.
Yeah.
And by the way, this is the wrong solo. Bring the right solo, just like in your Mean Streets. Boom!
Whoa!
How do you like a little studio here, huh? Nice?
Nice. Yeah.
Beautiful.
What's with all the categories here about karaoke and... Or shouldn't I mention that?
I know, Alex, sure, there are many of them here. People
this
find...
This in the grandparents...
This is very nice. You guys, I told Eddie to come in from the storm. How can a band go through it's like the soap opera of all time when you think about it. It's unbelievable. You make one change here, a little change there. What the hell? What don't you just sometimes, right? Sometimes when you're not on the road.
Yeah.
You think probably, Van Halen, that's what we do. We love to do it. This is what we do, okay? Now, you guys, the Sammy thing, we know Roth, okay, that's 86. This has been going on, am I right or wrong, since 1986?
On and off. I mean, not really been going on since then.
Fans.
It actually started back in about 74.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No. We're trying to make music, and we're trying to find a situation where we have four people who are creatively on the same wavelength, and all the rest of the stuff that goes with it.
Right.
You got to remember, we spend as much time with the bandmates as you do with your families. So
maybe.
Yeah, so you better get along.
Right.
And none of this ego stuff.
Right.
Like somebody asked me the other day something about the name of the band, and I just jokingly said, it's not named after Ed, it's named after me.
Right.
But I can't figure out that every time we walk on stage, they keep calling me Eddie.
Yeah, that's right. Well, you're the older brother. They have to have respect.
But the point is, there is no. I certainly have no problem with that. Why should anybody else have a problem with that?
Right.
And that's basically what the crux of the whole thing is.
Well,
both of the previous guys basically shot themselves in the foot because they just became extremely jealous, which I think is a very, very odd deal.
Yeah. I don't really know. There's so many different variations. You guys have over 100 websites in about 100 different languages on the internet.
Wow.
I was going to elaborate on what Al was just talking about.
No, go ahead. Elaborate on it.
I don't think they were jealous. They were just afraid of you, Al.
Oh, me? I'm talking about you.
Yeah. They're afraid of you, Eddie. Yeah. Is that it?
Hey, come
anyway,
on.
you
makes a living beating things with a stick.
I know, that's right.
Come on.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, all right.
I'd be afraid too.
Well, anyway, like they say, it's every day is a brand new day, and I know that's an old cliche, but part of the reason is because if you don't make an effort to try to uplift your thoughts, you're going to end up with your head in the gutter. And we are now in the middle of Van Halen 3 World Tour.
Van Halen 3! All right, hold on a second.
What was that all about?
Let me go back. This was your Van Halen 3. I can't help it. I just get into listen. I want to tell you what I'm talking about. Let me have you listen to this guy. He left this on my voicemail. I believe this is right after the Sammy thing hit. Okay, they got a voicemail number. They just leave messages. They ramble when they're drunk, whatever it is. It's fun to listen to.
Hey, Johnny B, it's Mark Dillon, man. I don't know. A lot of talk has been going on about Van Halen, dude. Big Sammy fan now. Originally not. It's Sunday afternoon, and I sound like I'm 10 seats to the wind, but I am. But Sammy was...
Wait! Get Alex some coffee! Hurry up!
Wait, that was it?
No, there's more. I just stopped so get him some coffee. Oh. Hey, Alex wants coffee. We jump around here.
Like drum stop?
Just like the band. The same way you used to send Sammy up to get the coffee for you, and we're sending this guy up to get the coffee right
solo.
Very, very bad.
Right, here we
drum
go.
stop.
Well, it's tough to take. You start where we loved him. And Dave has been way, way gone, and we don't even think about him anymore. And I don't know what Eddie's doing. I think he stopped drinking, and which is great, cool. I don't know what the wife is talking to him about, but
is it a friend of yours?
I don't know.
Listen.
I wish we had Sammy back. Third row Van Halen, man, kicks ass. It is something that they put on a show that will just blow your mind. So, later, dude. I'll listen to you Monday.
Yeah, there you go. Later, dude. This is right in 1996, apparently, when it first went down. This is a guy, his mind already was blown, but you blew it again in the third row.
Oh, wait, he said, I'll see you Monday. Is he your producer?
No, he said, I'll see you Monday. I'll listen to you Monday.
Oh.
That is my producer. That is my producer.
Yeah.
And by the way, you know what the LA Times says? It says, still the venerable band seemed none the worse for wear, your show in LA. Bounding and leaping across the stage with, my favorite term, goofy abandon. For all the turmoil and tabloid speculation that has swirled around Van Halen the past 2 years, Van Halen still got game. And that's the bottom line. You could have hired anybody to sing lead.
No, that's not true.
No, wait, let me finish. You could have hired anybody to sing lead, and you would have got crap. Doesn't matter who you
get
hire.
crap, sure. That's human nature.
Right.
I mean, people get used to seeing something a certain way.
Right.
I mean, your girlfriend comes walking in with a different haircut or a different guy, and you're going to look,
Different guy.
Just checking to see if you're awake.
I'm awake.
Just checking to see if you're awake.
I'm awake, buddy.
And it takes you a couple of days to get used to that, you know? And it's, I think on the one hand, it's fortunate that we've gone through this before, and the public was okay with that. But we really had no choice in the matter as far as the departure of the ex lead singers, you know.
Right. Now,
that was the way we had no choice in that.
Yeah. Eddie looks at Alex and goes, "What are you talking about?"
No. I was looking at you.
No, they took off, you know. And my dad used to tell me, there's very few things that a grown man really shouldn't do, but one of them he shouldn't do is that's really embarrassing is to piss on himself. Can I say that?
Yeah, sure you can.
Okay. Both of these guys had an opportunity, especially Sammy, had an opportunity to leave with dignity and with class. Because he was part of something that really we made great music together, and it was his choice to leave. And he had a chance to leave, being the cool guy. See, this is what I want to do. This is where I'm going to go. I'm going to be my solo artist, do my thing. But instead, he stood there and he pissed on himself.
Right. Let's go back. Wait, 86. David Lee Roth thinks he, to this day, I believe, fired you guys. So I'm
in his mind. In his mind.
Yeah. Am I right on that, Eddie? Am I right, Alex? He left to do his own thing, and he did it, and then
we could have sued for wrongful dismissal or something.
Said he was booted out. Okay, now you're talking Sammy. So that weird story was, like I'm saying, there's 16 versions of the story out there.
Sure, but you know what? Now it's past the point of even anybody really caring. It's history.
That's what I'm thinking.
Old. It's
the
old.
longer it goes on, nobody cares. But the bottom line is, you're saying that Sammy Hagar left the band. He was not fired.
Correct. That's absolutely 100% correct. And if he has any different way of saying it, then say it to my face. Why does he use the media? He leaves, then he uses the media to
he quote unquote said to me,
tell us these
"I'm
things.
frustrated. I'm going to go back to being a solo artist."
Right, and he said
it was an amicable split. He even said at the end of the conversation, "If you change your phone number, please call me." Vice versa, and I said, "Good luck," and that was it.
When you wanted him to do the greatest hits record, was that where it started?
Oh, it started way before then.
So it was way before the greatest hits package deal
I'd say
came up.
The straw that broke the camel's back was the Twister project.
Okay, now you were working on the Twister soundtrack.
Well, we had 3 complete songs ready to go.
Right.
He just, he claims that his wife, she was pregnant.
Right.
But
You can't claim you're pregnant. You have to be pregnant.
But was it hers? No, I don't know.
I don't know. You know what we've noticed? I'm sorry for interrupting, Ed, but
but
you can slice and dice this thing any way you want. And people will always
I just want to say one quick
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. You know what? You remind me of my brothers. I just got back
him
with
6
weekend.
weeks.
Yeah, here we go.
It took him 6 weeks to get his butt out of here from Hawaii. Okay? And his excuse was, my wife is pregnant. Okay? But he didn't have the baby there.
Right.
He had it in Mill Valley.
Yeah.
Which is a 25-minute flight.
Yeah. That sounds like when you do something like that, you're starting to set up excuses. You're coming late
Bingo,
for
that's
work.
what I was going to say.
It's a setup. It's I've seen it used around here. I've seen it used in different situations where people begin to put it this way: if you don't really like your job anymore, you start to make excuses.
He started phoning it in.
That's right.
Exactly. You know what?
And that's his choice, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just quit gaming. That's all.
I don't feel very good. I don't want to come in. So he said, "Is this true or false?" Though the bottom line is that he refused to acknowledge that there was a history of Van Halen. You have to understand something. With Van Halen, and I'm talking to the people, I know you understand it.
He did not want to be compared.
You're competing, not every time you go out, you're competing with Van Halen's history. You're competing with yourself.
Yeah, we're probably the only band in history that's competing with ourselves.
See, that's what I'm trying to say. I can't think of another situation like this where it's the soap opera of all time. I mean, I can't think of, really, am I missing something? Is there a band out there that you go, well, I remember there was a big situation like this with Herman's Hermits when they lost Herman. I mean, who cares? Is there another one like this? Do you have anyone that you could call up in the rock and roll world and say, guys, we're going through this trouble with Sammy. What the hell? What did you do when that person left?
Yeah. Well, it's always been the music that took precedent over the certain member changes anyway. And that's really the way to look at it because, 60, 70 years, 100 years from now, we'll all be dead. I think.
Not me, but you will.
Unless Viagra all of a sudden promotes longevity as well,
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And if it does...
some side effect.
If it does, we keep rocking.
That's right. But the music will still be there, 200 years from now, this music that Van Halen has made will be seen as quote-unquote classical music.
That's right.
Yeah, but it's also nice to make the music when all four people are on the same
into
page,
it, right.
reading the same book.
And that's where Gary comes into the picture. You know, he's I wouldn't say jump started the band, but his enthusiasm and his hunger and the fact that he's not jaded and he's not
no attitude.
Yeah, no attitude.
BS.
Well, he's got an attitude, but not to
a healthy
band.
attitude.
Yeah, I gotta say,
he's got a healthy attitude, and basically, it's just passion for music.
He's a brave soul. You gotta wonder how many people out there they go. You'd have to say yes if you guys, if Eddie Van Halen or Alex Van Halen or whatever called me and said you want to be the lead singer in our band. Your first reaction would be, no, are you crazy? Or, but it's Van Halen. I have to say yes. But you know what you're going to get out there. So you know you're going to get a little bit of crap for a while.
Sure.
Let it go. But you have to be, this guy just must really be into what it is that you guys are doing now. He must have loved the meeting. He must have loved the hookup and said, you know what? It's worth all the hassle. But I wonder, because I see, you know what? He really gets ripped unfairly, Gary Sharon. Really gets ripped unfairly. What did he do?
That's all right. Just keep it coming, man, because he can take it.
Right. What did he do?
Right.
He sang More Than Words. Big deal. I like More Than Words. It was one. Did you hear the rest of the album? People were like, "Oh, wait a minute." Yeah, the people.
Well, we got to remember he was part of a band. It was not necessarily his choice only.
Right.
And unfortunately, we don't have any songs that were that really haunt us, so to speak.
Yeah.
Because we would have never put anything on record. But if you're in a position where a song all of a sudden becomes the defining moment of the band's career, that's past your control.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's unfair.
We would have a
because
song like "Secrets," which is a good song, but certainly doesn't define Van Halen as a band. If that all of a sudden was a number one hit, well, you got to live with it.
Yeah, but it's unfair because I remember getting Van Halen 3 and I was excited and I put it on and the calls right away. The first calls were,
"Oh yeah, that guy who sings is a pussy."
Where did that?
I thought you were talking. Wait. I thought you meant Van Halen 3, Women and Children First.
No,
the record.
No. I go, where does that come from? And they only heard like a minute of it, and it came
when
from.
we started out with Roth.
Yeah.
Who
was there trouble there?
The stuff thrown at him and the things said about him.
Compared to Jim Dandy.
Oh yeah.
Well, now, Eddie, you know what? You should just go back to singing. You should have called it Rat Salad. Go back to that name. You should have called it your band.
That was just a joke.
No, I still think it's a good name for
it. It was
a band.
actually a Sabbath song called Rat Salad.
Yeah. Rat Salad.
Can you play some Black Sabbath for us? We got to do a break here. Eddie would like to play a little Black Sabbath for us right now, ladies and gentlemen, as we go to a commercial break here. Our number to talk to Eddie and Alex. Whoa! Yeah! Solo! 1-800-746-9472. Eddie and Alex in the house.
It's the Jonathan Brandmeier Radio Showgram.
These are different guys auditioning for Sammy's job when he left. That called in on the show. This is one of our. What do you think of this, guys?
Sounds like Dave on Helium. Oh no, wait! He did do a.
Yeah.
Didn't he do? Oh, forget it.
Yeah, the Latin version.
The Latin version, yeah.
You guys were number one in Brazil with this, weren't you? Yeah. How about this? James Mason auditioned for the role that now Gary Sharon holds in Van Halen 3.
It's not a job, it's the experience.
Jump back. What's that sound?
Wait,
going fast, and the top is
we can finally figure out what the lyrics are.
Oh yeah, wait.
Down the avenue.
You're hearing them.
Citizen, she would disagree.
Yeah.
Don't you know she's coming after me? You lose her in that turn. I get up.
No, wait, isn't it Pat Boone?
No. Did he audition also?
Panama. Yeah. I said Panama.
Come on now.
Oh, yeah.
This is great.
Panama.
Yeah. James Mason joins
Panama.
Van Halen Mason.
Sounds like he's got roids.
Oh, my. He did have roids. 1-800-SHOWGRAM. You want to talk to him? Get off the internet. Get a life. Talk to him now. 1-800-SHOWGRAM. Mark is on the line with Eddie Van Halen in the studio and Alex Van Halen, Van Halen Squared, from Van Halen. Where's Michael and Gary? Sleeping in today? Is that what they're doing? Where are the kids? The other boys of Van Halen?
I don't know.
You're chewing and eating? Huh?
Gary's in Boston?
Yes, I am. I'm allowed.
All right. We're going to do, by the way, Eddie and Alex and I are going to do a little version of More Than Words a little later on, aren't we? All right, here is Mark for Van Halen. Here they go. Go ahead, Mark.
Johnny?
Yeah.
It's, hey, Eddie. Hey, Alex.
Hey, Mark.
He just played a tape, a clip. That was me from like a couple years ago.
Wait a minute. The drunk guy calling in?
Yeah.
How you doing there, drunk
It took
guy?
you all that time to sober up?
Wow.
I've been sober for a while now.
Was that
That's
you?
good.
That was me. This is Mark Dillon, so...
And now, wait a minute. So you had a drinking problem and you're sobered up?
Well, you can say that, yeah.
Is that right? All right. So I won't be getting any funny calls like that anymore.
No, you won't. That's when you had your voicemail, Johnny.
Yeah, I do still have a voicemail, although there's something wrong with it, so I haven't been giving it out. It gets screwed up or something.
But I heard that tape on when I was on the expressway, and I had to pull over and give you a call. So.
Little did you know that you'd be...
you were driving?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you sound like you just woke up.
No, he was driving when he heard it today being played.
Oh.
Yeah. So, Mark, well, go ahead, Eddie.
No, how long ago was that when you left the message?
I'd say probably right after the split when Sammy left.
Right.
It was after the Balance tour, because I probably just saw you guys. I had third row seats. Saw you guys at the World.
So you've been on the expressway all that time?
Yeah, so
now?
He's driving till he's sobered up.
Yeah.
He was driving. All right. Hello, Nance. You're on with Eddie and Alex.
Yes, I was in Las Vegas in 1994 in March, and I met this
That was
guy.
not Alex. He did not do it. Let's have a sample.
And I have insurance against that.
What was that?
Go ahead. Do you really? Do you really?
Let's not go there. Let's do the question first.
All right, I'll shut up. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, back to you, Nancy.
Okay, and this guy came up to me at Sam's Town, and he kept talking to me and stuff, and then finally he told me he was Eddie Van Halen. And he kept, we were playing slot machines and stuff, and he kept talking to me, and then we went to breakfast. And my husband came up, and he said, "Don't tell your husband who I am." He was acting real secretive. And I want to know if it was Eddie Van Halen. If it's not Eddie Van Halen, it looked just like him. His teeth looked just like him. His hair, everything looked just like him.
Do you have any impersonators out there? Have you ever read about those guys like that go around acting like somebody else?
Was there a woman with me that looked like Valerie?
Mm-hmm.
And
No.
And a boy that looked like Wolfgang?
No, it was just this guy, and we took him somewhere.
Yeah, that was Ed. All right, thanks for calling.
No,
All right,
it's impossible.
How's Wolfie doing, by the way? Do you call
He's
him Wolfie?
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Wolfie, really? Yeah. Does he get to come into the studio and does he rock? Does he like the sound of Van Halen 3?
Oh, yeah, he loves it.
Yeah. Have you brought him up on stage yet?
Oh yeah, he comes out.
Really?
Yeah.
And does he do a solo on one of the songs or no?
No. He just comes out, gives me a hug.
He's not playing any guitar yet?
Yeah, a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, a little piano.
Really? Now, when you guys first started, didn't you, Alex, start playing the drums? No, Alex started playing the guitar. No, saxophone. Weren't you playing saxophone?
Oh, we had all kinds of. We started actually on piano. That was the big.
Eddie was on piano.
Huh?
No, Eddie was
no. We were both trained to be concert pianists.
Yeah.
But
pianists.
I heard it.
Piano players.
Yeah.
But somewhere between the age of 6 when we started, and by the time we had facial hair, the Beatles kind of came along and, and derailed the whole damn thing.
Yeah, it is.
And I started playing guitar, and Ed played drums. And to make a long story short, we swapped the instruments.
Why did you swap? I'm just long story short.
Better. You never heard me play.
The guitar. I read about that ceiling falling on you in Europe. I thought to myself, we got a Spinal Tap happening.
we're going to shoot the manager for that.
I couldn't do that with one stick.
Yeah, that is. Well, you know what? How about the Def Leppard dude? What's that guy's name? Rick?
Yeah, well, Rick is a good guy, man.
How does that happen?
That was a car accident.
I know, but how did they get to play? He gets to play with one
I'll tell you, those
hand.
guys should be commended for sticking it out together because they could have they could have left him by the wayside. So
that's what I'm saying. It's unbelievable.
Hey, things in life happen and obviously not planned, and you do your best to make a go of it.
Right.
But this thing in Europe was one of those freak things. We're in the middle of a stadium tour, which was great. First time out with Van Halen 3, and we're playing stadiums. And the manager decides to put us in this little club on a day off. Just I guess to get in touch with our roots or something.
Yeah.
I don't color my hair, man.
Yeah.
So no, it really was in Hamburg, Germany, which has a lot of history to this. That's where the Beatles actually broke.
That's right.
They learned their chops over there. So we figured, why not? We'll try to recapture some of that. So we're in this 2,000-seater during a sound check, and the vibration shook the ceiling loose. And it wasn't plaster; it was concrete. It was an old bunker-type building
from above your drum kit,
25 feet above. And it just narrowly missed my head.
Show me where.
It's gone now.
No, but I mean, where did it hit? You're
right
playing.
Here. Yeah, we're playing.
It looked like
this.
It
still hurts a little bit, but it's
except About that big.
Oh, my God.
It missed my head by about 5-6 inches. Had it hit me there, I wouldn't be talking to you. Which you might say is probably a good thing.
No,
but,
I would never say that, Alex.
I know.
It would be.
But that was my lucky day.
God, it's unbelievable.
Definitely, because when we removed all the equipment off stage, a 3x3 meter piece of concrete landed right where the drum kit was.
It's 9 foot by 9 foot.
Holy smoke. I mean, if this had happened during a show, people would have thought it was part of the deal. Oh, so cool. The ceiling fell and Alex died. It was unbelievable. Then the show ended.
No encore.
I mean, it could have happened right during the show.
Yeah.
Talk about soap opera. Talk about troubles. Bill, 1-800-SHOWGRAM. The Van Halen brothers are here. Eddie and Alex. Michael, not a brother, but you love him like a brother. Bill.
Michael and Anthony.
Yes.
Yeah.
Michael and Anthony are my favorite two guys.
Depends on how much Jack he's had.
Yeah, exactly right.
So it's Michael and Anthony and Jack.
It's the best looking bass, though. The Jack Daniels bass. I love that bass.
That thing should be in the Smithsonian or something.
It's such a great bass. Bill, you're on the line. Go ahead.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Hey, a couple questions for you. Number one, how come you're not playing From Afar?
That's the song I was going to ask Johnny B here to play.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, I'm talking about it in live, in concert.
Well, how many times have you seen us?
Oh, quite a few.
On this tour?
Is it like 15 or is that like 100? Or is it like
on this tour?
It's probably about 7 or 8.
On this tour?
Yep.
No, there's no way you've seen. Okay, name the 7 places you've seen them.
San Diego, DeVore, Mountain View, Philadelphia, Chicago.
Yeah. What are you saying?
It's Bill O'Neill. It's a friend of mine.
Yeah, you could just tell the guys.
Now.
Hey, Bill O'Neill, how you doing?
You busted.
Because I'm thinking to myself, there's nobody seen him 7 times in a row. All around the country right now. Pat, go ahead.
All right.
By the way, you wanted to hear that.
I was going to say, we'll do it this leg.
Yeah. Come on now.
Takes a while to get, it's like a running start.
It's a long song, but.
Hey, Pat?
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk. We'll get to it. Go ahead, Pat. You've been waiting. 1-800-SHOWGRAM. Go ahead.
Hey, guys.
So you dancing to it already, or what? Are you moving?
Pat, you got to start talking.
Yeah, hey, I'm from Chicago, in Glenview right now. Where would you guys like to play that you never played at? I mean, what would be the ultimate?
Mars.
Next week?
Yeah, they'll be in Mars next week.
Yeah, book me a flight, will you?
I don't know if we can get there that quick.
They will be in Mars next week.
Business class preferred.
Yeah. Unbelievable. All these people have so many questions. Why did they do this? Why did they do that? And now it's like, where are you playing next? What's your influences? What are you doing next week? Yeah, right.
Yes,
hello,
correct.
Chris. You're on the line with Van Halen. Go ahead.
Johnny, Eddie, Alex, how are you guys?
Great.
Good, how are you?
You guys have been the biggest influence on me ever since I heard 1984. I picked up the guitar and have not put it down since then. You guys are the greatest.
Thank you.
Question for you guys.
Let's hear you play the guitar. Are you in your car right now?
Huh?
Why don't you play your guitar for us?
No, I don't have it. If I'd have to have it hanging out the driver's window. I'm on 294 heading south now.
All right, buddy.
They said you haven't put it down yet.
Yeah, see?
Question for you guys. Van Halen 3 is awesome. New album's awesome. My favorite's For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. When's your next album going to come up? When you're done with this tour, how long can we expect to wait?
Next summer.
Huh?
Next summer.
Oh.
Next summer. You're already writing for the new album already.
Awesome.
Right? Already working on the new album. Live. These guys are talking about sitting in third row, blowing their ears off, this and that. Live. What happens live with all these, different complaints about when the singer was here, this and that, who did what, blah, blah, blah.
There's no more complaints now.
No, I know that. What I'm saying, when you first got out after this, were there guys sitting in the rows going, "Suck this," or were there hecklers, or was it people?
Actually, not at all.
Because I always wondered why people would pay good money to go to a show so they could heckle somebody.
Yeah.
Because some people go to the races to watch the accidents. I don't know.
There you go.
I don't know what motivates people. But I'll tell you, there was he'll remain nameless. Was one of the bigwigs at our record company, or the record company we're with, and he saw the show in at Madison Square Garden. And here's a guy, who really looks like he hasn't been familiar with Van Halen for
right.
Quite a few years.
Schmoozer?
Well, he's a little bit older.
Right.
But anyway, he after the gig, he comes up to us and goes, "Man, if we could bottle that and get the rest of the world to see this, how do we go about doing that?" And, when we're looking at him, well,
I think it's bottled. All you got to do is sell it.
Yeah.
We got it in the case, my friend. All you got to do is get it on the shelf.
But it was a great compliment from somebody, who probably gets exposed to so many different artists and their complaints about why this isn't being done and why that isn't being done. To hear this coming from straight from the horse's mouth was kind of
that is hilarious.
Interesting. Yeah, it was funny as heck.
We got it bottled, man. Why don't you sell it?
Yeah.
Van Halen 3 is out now. We'll do a break. We'll come back. Eddie and Alex, 1-800-SHOWGRAM. Hold on.
It's the Jonathan Brandmeier Showgram.
What can I do for you, gentlemen?
You the guy with the Van Halen tickets?
That could be.
How much you want for something in the first 10 rows?
$20 a piece.
Those tickets are only $12.50.
So don't buy them.
Come on, Arnold. All the other scalpers are sold out.
Scalper? Did you call me a scalper? Listen, gentlemen, I perform a service here, and the service costs money. Now, do you want the tickets or don't you?
Okay, we'll take them.
All right. What did I say, 25?
20.
20. Oh, those were the days, huh?
Yes, they
20.
were.
Yes, those were the days. Van Halen, Alex Van Halen in the studio, Eddie Van Halen in the studio, and Van Halen 3 is on the road.
US Tour 98.
Brazil, Japan, Hawaii, Alaska. By the way, Saturday the 5th of September, Alpine Valley Music Theater, and that is a beautiful place. Outdoors in the Wisconsin sun, there.
Oh, yeah.
Van Halen erupts on the 5th of September. They're going all over the place. Brazil, Japan, Hawaii, Alaska. And Gary can slur the words, actually, when they're in these places, can he? They're not going to really understand what's going on.
Something like that.
All right, okay, here's a little contest for you, then we'll go to Tracy Miller in the news, and then we'll come back with Eddie and Alex.
Slur the words.
1-800-SHOWGRAM.
I want to hear the news slurred.
Here's a trivia question for you, Alex and Eddie. Who is this man, please?
What band is that?
Yeah.
It's Beck, Bogert, and Appice.
No, sir.
That's us.
That's us.
It's us.
That's
Son
right.
of a gun.
Holy.
How about that?
Where'd you find that?
Some guy.
Wait, let's go for something.
Oh,
I gotta stop it.
Wow.
How about that? 1974, I believe.
That's a basement tape.
Yeah.
That is a basement tape.
Yeah. Oh, wait. During the break, I sang the, I think it was first thing.
I think the Palomino Club. Does that sound right?
No.
Was there a club called the Palomino Club?
Yes, there was. But at that time, it was...
Country. They didn't play.
Yeah.
Wait, there's someone here to part real quick.
This is a Van Halen bootleg tape.
Wait.
Hey, what part did you take?
No, because earlier on, I used to sing the...
Very superstitious. Yeah. Hey, get the whole tape. Where's the rest of that tape? Some guy dropped it off. He said it was a bowling alley, or it's a bowling alley now.
Oh, yeah.
Or it was a bowling alley.
Is that where it was done?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was right there where the 605 meets the 210.
Yeah.
I think it was called...
Glendale.
Yeah, it was a bowling alley.
It was a bowling alley, yeah.
Yeah, so, these clubs now in L.A., tell me if this is right. When you were playing the clubs in L.A., did you have to pay the club owners to play?
Well, indirectly, yes, because if you didn't pack the place and the place wasn't making money, you didn't have a job. It's that simple. I hear a lot of people complaining about paying to play, and I don't think it's right.
I don't think a lot of people know that you have to do. I mean, people in the business know it.
How can a club owner afford to pay a band if the band doesn't generate some kind of money exchange?
Yeah. But
so
I found that very weird.
We auditioned everywhere. We played everywhere, and we weren't above or below or beyond any place. It didn't matter. If there were people there, we would play.
I mean, that's what you've got to do. You got to get
Absolutely.
out. There's so many people that have these dreams of being these great musicians and having a record deal, and then you ask them, well, what are you doing about it? Are you getting out there? Are you playing? They go, well, my stuff's pretty good.
No,
who's coming to you? Nobody's coming to you for a record deal. You got to get out there.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you can't just sit in your room and think someone's going to call you up. You got to play. And you guys were pounding the pavement since what? What was the year this all started?
That's 74, 73, something like that.
And then the word.
Yeah, I guess we got what you would call serious about the end of high school. When everybody went off to go to college and do their thing. It was Ed, Mike, and I, and Roth were the only ones really left. And it was kind of the circumstance we ended up together, but
and he had a PA, so
yeah.
Did you
have the custom head with the 250 watt custom head that had the Velcro?
I think it was
on
called the 450 or something.
Yeah, what was the one that had
that was custom.
Yeah. I ran that in my band. I had that over here by my drums, right over here, and then I would run it. See, I could control the treble. Right. You know what I mean? Because I had the buttons in my hand. You know what I mean?
I ran the PA.
Yeah, so you got to run it. If you want to hear it the way you want to hear it, you got to run it.
It was an 850. That's what it was. A custom 850.
No, acoustic.
Yeah, those little, they had the foam padding on them.
No. The one we had were these thin columns with remember those 9 by whatever, those oval
straight up
like in an old Bel Air or whatever.
Oh, I know.
Those oval
about.
speakers.
Yeah.
6x9 or whatever.
Yeah.
It had
Jensen's or whatever.
And they had 6 of those in each column.
They put out the sound, didn't they, my friends? Didn't they?
They put something out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Van Halen here. We're at the Glendale Bowling Alley. Good to see you here. We're going to be playing a little superstition for you now. I believe David Lee Roth would talk for about 20 minutes between each song, didn't he? You can always hear Eddie in the background tuning up. Like, David, hurry up, please.
You're bringing back some memories. Back then, I have to admit, it was a blast. I mean, we all were thinking alike in terms of the music we wanted to play, more or less, and the general attitude of the band. And we played 7 nights a week, and we would border anywhere. We would go from trying to pretend that we were playing an arena type rock, to being lounge lizards, because you're kind of called on to do things anywhere from wet T-shirt contests.
Sure.
You have to gab a little bit in between, and get people kind of excited and make jokes. To at one point, we rented our own buildings and put on our own quote unquote concerts, and charge like $2 a head to get in, and we take all that money and rent lighting, staging, and sound with it.
And buy beer.
Well, that's their problem. Bring your own.
Right. But that's what you got to do. It sounds like you guys, you had a goal. You were ready to go. You were out there renting buildings, paying money to play, and having fun.
Yeah.
A lot of bands nowadays, they don't, it's the old, cliche of paying your dues. But we were a band for a good 7-8 years before we got a record deal.
You know what the deal is now? You see a band, and I talked about this before, but you see a band on MTV. Honestly, you see them, and you never see them again.
Yeah.
It's like, well, wait a minute. What happened to that band? Yeah. So anybody that survives this long, right now, I'm going to hug both of you guys for surviving this long. There's no doubt about that. I mean, it's amazing.
It's not just a matter of survival, because right now it's
fun.
I don't know whether it's one of those cyclical things where every 10 years you get a new singer.
Well, yeah,
you got to jumpstart.
I have to change my deodorant.
Right.
But
every 10 years, you're not going to wait. This is the final incarnation of Van Halen. Is that correct? Or are you going to get another lead singer?
No.
No, ever.
We just got started.
Raise your
it's only been 2 years.
Raise your right hands. I Eddie Van Halen.
Thumbs up.
All right, we got to do some news. We're going to come back, take your calls. 1-800-SHOWGRAM. Tracy Miller is in the studio. Tracy, now, did you grow up in L.A.?
Yes, I did.
Okay, when you grew up in L.A., did you ever hit the strip looking for Van Halen?
Oh, yeah.
What was that little metal club called? Gazzari's on the street?
Gazzari's.
Didn't you win the wet T-shirt contest one
there
time?
You go.
Why, yes, I did.
Oh, now we remember Tracy.
So you do remember me.
Tracy Miller Van Halen.
You sound like you're in the room with us here. Where are you? Where's you hiding?
She's at the KLSX studios.
Yeah. I'm miles away.
That's right. All right, here we go.
Well,
Tracy.
I wish I were there. I'd love to meet you guys.
Why don't you guys stop over there and rehash those old days?
That's right. Old LA days.
Yeah, right.
Made a lot more money than Beck did, but
Hear this?
Maybe this version has a little more grunt to it.
What year do you think this is? What happens when you dial a number?
Was on the radio for quite a while, but they never.
This is you guys playing in a club.
This version on the radio, but I think it.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't think,
does this Get Down Tonight?
I don't know. Oh, you did do Get Down Tonight by Casey and the Sunshine Band.
All that stuff.
Something called Superstition.
Oh yeah, this is Superstition. Okay, this is the first one. Yeah. If you don't think these guys paid their dues, listen to the crowd there. Do you hear the crowd?
Oh yeah.
4 of them. Right. Listen to that. Yeah. I love this. This is the listener calling in that sent the tape. Hey, Tommy.
Hot tub.
Tommy.
Hot tub.
Yeah. Give me James Brown on diarrhea.
You'll be throwing some shades.
Yeah, throw me some shades.
Tommy.
Yay.
This is Eddie and Alex Van Halen.
How you doing, guys?
How are you?
We're listening to your tape. Would you tell me the story about this tape quick before they have to run out of here? Tell me the story of this bootleg.
Bootleg.
Yeah, where is the tape recorded? They just want to know where it's recorded.
I was Tommy. I played guitar in Air Castle, and we played a few gigs together. Roy McMillan.
Yeah.
International Casino.
International Casino. That's it. Yeah.
And after we got
you guys had the Mellotron, right?
Yeah.
That's right.
I know you know that. So anyway,
How do you remember that?
I know. I saw him checking it out.
It was a tough room.
Yeah, it was a tough room that night. It was mean. But after we were done playing, after Air Castle played, when you guys went on, I was tearing down my stuff, and I'd recorded everybody all night because everybody was being recorded, and I recorded our band, and I was tearing down, and then Dave came up to me and said, he was concerned, aren't you going to record us too? And I said, well...
Want to take a couple of pictures while you're at it?
Yeah.
How things have changed.
Oh, yeah, I can't, but I was
your girlfriend going to stay too?
The history of the band is incredible.
Oh, yeah.
And that night, what I really find amazing when I listen to that tape now is that one of the songs on there, Johnny, we didn't talk about this last time, one of the songs on there is a song by Montrose. And...
yeah, Rock
wait,
Candy.
Wait, hold on. Here, little Alex.
No.
Hold on. Here's little Alex Van Halen from the International Casino. Oh, Alex! Alex!
Hey, wait. It's ending.
Good. Listen to the crowd. They loved it.
Hey.
They loved it.
Man, you guys were great that night. That's amazing.
Yeah, Alex Van Halen on drums. David Lee Roth giving you the credit there. Yeah, okay, so you were recording this because David Lee Roth asked you to record it for them.
Right.
And then what happened? Well, what was the name of your band?
Air Castle.
Air Castle. I'm sorry, I thought you were playing at the Air Castle. That was the International Casino.
International Casino. No, we were Air Castle, and Roy McMillan, was the promoter of those shows, and that's where I knew Edward and David mostly from seeing them over at Roy's and stuff. And then when we did the gig, I remember. I hope you guys remember doing that dynamic recording situation. And then after it was over, we listened to it. We were in Roy's office when he lived.
I don't remember recording. I remember playing.
He had a studio. You're bringing back some memories. That was out in the middle of a field somewhere. Didn't he have a studio out there?
Oh, you guys.
Dynamic recording.
This is the way I like to see it. Right down to the grassroots where you started from.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Tommy. Finish it up because they got to go.
Well, anyway, and I just remember them not liking the tape or anything, and then I also remember Dave running around. He was on a rampage. Eddie was just sitting there. It was just the four of us. Dave running around going, we just saw Led Zeppelin, and they really suck, and we're going to be the greatest band, and we can be as big as them and everything. And
Are you talking about the studio out in Chatsworth?
No. Oh. It was on Big Dalton, and I guess it would be Baldwin Park, maybe?
I guess, you know what? He wasn't too far off the fact, though, was he, back then? What year was that we're talking about?
75.
75. See, what it was when you're talking about the feeling that you guys had then, you have to believe that. You all believed it.
Absolutely.
We saw Zeppelin, so what? So what? It's great. We love them, but let's rock. Wait, let me hear what else sounds.
Thank you much.
Yeah. Come on.
On helium.
Thank you much. All
Cool.
right, we'll do here.
Wait a minute. See, Eddie?
There used to be a place that was actually existed. It was about...
Go ahead. Tell me what song you're going to do next.
I don't know. This is, 25 years ago?
Listen to the intro.
Well, I'm doing the Chinese song, Tu Ning.
They used to call it the Chicken Ranch. The people who lived in the vicinity.
Okay, come on.
LaGrange.
LaGrange. Correct.
Al used to get so angry with me because I'd be tuning in between every song.
You can hear it.
It's a French name. He's got it.
The guy yells out LaGrange. That's probably you, Alex. Tell him to hurry up. You know what people really forget? And I myself forget it when you hear it. That it's really three pieces. And really, as we mentioned on the cover of Guitar World, there's Eddie on the cover with, who else is on the cover in your Sgt. Pepper's outfit?
Jimmy Page, Jimi Hendrix, me, and Kurt?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And you got 5 of the top 100 solos of all time in there. Number 1, by the way, Jimmy Page, Stairway to Heaven. Number 2, is Eddie. What we forget is that you're really a great rhythm player. It's like rhythm. You were locked up. Really
overlooked. That's overlooked.
Yeah, I'm actually more of a rhythm player than I am a soloist.
You lock up with the drums. You lock up together like only brothers can, I believe. That know each other.
We're a strange band.
Yeah, it is. And I never hear people talk about that. It's like, wait a minute.
The guitar and the drums are...
Right. Usually it's the guitar
rhythm
and
section.
the bass, right, guys? Usually the guitar and the bass, or the drums and the bass try to lock up.
Yeah, but it's...
But this is unique. This is unique. By the way, this is 1975, though. I think there's some rocking going on. Tush and some other stuff on there. That was Tommy from West Covina with that stuff. I appreciate him giving us the tape. Your world tour continues, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, can I get a copy of it?
Hold on a second. Hey, Tommy.
Yeah, hello.
Can we give Eddie Van Halen and Alex a copy of their own tape?
Yeah, you know what? I think I'll have to give them a number to get a hold of me.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, you just make sure and tell everybody on the air.
Yeah, we're not going to give the number out, but I'll give them your number if that's okay with you.
Okay.
Why don't you just send another copy here, and I'll come by and pick it up?
Why don't you do that?
Okay, well, we'll work something out.
I'll tell you what. Hey, Tommy, you're going to make it difficult. I'll just give them a dub of this tape, and everybody will be happy.
That'll be fine.
Hold on one second. Yeah, I'll just give them a tape. Hold on a second. What else is on this? I think there's one. Oh, that was it. There's only two. There's something else. But I'll give you a copy before you go. I'll just dub it off and give you a copy of it, ladies and gentlemen, before they go. Van Halen. Now, you'll be able to see them in our listening audience at Alpine Valley on the 5th. I'm going to see them in Brazil, Japan. I am going to be Alex's drum roadie. I will be joining them in Brazil, Japan, Hawaii.
You're not coming to Alaska?
More than anything, to tell you the truth, of all these cities, I'd love to go to Alaska. I'd love to do a little fishing.
Man, it's great.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Alaska. Honest to God, I'm not kidding you. So I will be joining you guys in Alaska. That is the 13th of October. And then Eddie has also invited me to do that roadie bit at your home. I appreciate that. I'm going to be getting you the forks, the flashlights.
Answer the phone.
Answer your phone. Babysit Wolfie if I have to. Whatever. I don't care what I have to do. I'll be more than happy to do that for you. Van Halen 3, the U.S. tour is on the way. And this is Van Halen 3. This is the one they requested, right? From afar?
Yeah.
Got number 4 on the CD. Let it go.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this on now while you guys go.
It's a tripped out tune. Now, if this guitar solo in the middle of the song doesn't freak you out, nothing will.
Writing for the next album already?
Yes.
Give Gary Sharon a break?
No.
He's out there.
It's like...
he's writing with you. The lyrics, right?
His lyrics inspired our music now.
Which is definitely unusual for you, right?
Yeah. Never happened in my life.
It's never happened where someone hands you some words and says, now write something around this?
No, never.
Yeah. I know, I'll let this play, but when you guys go in the studio to record, you just jam, you just sit or you do it one break by break piece.
Anything goes, you know. Yeah. It's like sometimes yes, sometimes not.
As that guy says, sit in the third row and Van Halen will blow your brains out.
The Jonathan Brandmeier Showcast.
Hi, this is Eddie.
And Alex.
From Van Halen. Al, have you heard Johnny play the guitar?
Yeah, I think he needs some lessons.
Yeah. Either that or eat the guitar. Jonathan Brandmeier, eat me!
Man, oh man, that took me back. Eddie and Alex Van Halen in the studio. Wow. That was some weird stuff. We'll let them end the showcast today as they sang in the final track. I believe it was Diver Down, the Van Halen out. I can't even talk. I'm like, what? I'm like spacing out. This is Van Halen. Thanks for listening. The Brandmeier interview. Our salute to Eddie Van Halen. Here are the boys saying goodbye.
Bombadita, 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 bombadita,
until bombadita, we meet again.
Bombadita,
happy trails to you.
Bombadita, bombadita,
keep smiling until then.
Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and think about sunny weather.
Happy trails to you till we meet again.
Hi, I'd like to thank Jonathan Brandmeier. Thank you.
Thanks, Johnny.
I want to thank Jonathan Brandmeier.
Thank you, Jonathan Brandmeier.
Thanks a lot, Brandmeier.
Jonathan Brandmeier, you're special.
All right, numbnuts. We've reached the end of another edition of the Jonathan Brandmeier Showcast.
Jesus, why? Tell me why!
You can listen to the shit show live stream 24/7 and download podcasts on demand at brandmeiershow.com.
I don't understand you.
When you visit, be sure to sign up for email updates.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever podcasts are found. If you want, leave a review.
You do, and I'll kill you.
Follow Johnny B on Facebook at facebook.com/Brandmeier Show.
You are erect, sir.
And leave a voicemail at 833-LOON-LINE for entertaining, not complaining.
I hate to complain, but I have to.
I'm Jimmy Mack, and if you're into Star Wars, check out my show at rebelforceradio.com for Star Wars news, celebrity interviews, and more.
I can't keep it all in my mind.
Thanks for listening to the Jonathan Brandmeier Showcast.
Bingo!
In the air, everywhere.
Ain't that something?
Click.